How
Hey,
are you?
how you doing?
Good.
Good. All right. So I believe we have subtitles on. We are now recording. We're good to go.
Okay.
So I wanted to meet with you and kind of discuss one of the programs that we've done with clients and that I used with you. As you know,
Mhm.
it is wild and everything's selling for what we're asking, and a lot of buyers are just missing out. And all of the agents are like, sellers, where are you? Let's sell these homes. But my sellers are like, I'm not putting it on the market until we find something, right?
Right.
So I want you to tell me about the bridge loan, and afterwards I'll ask you some questions about it, the way my clients ask me before I send them to you.
Right. Right. So, like you said, that's kind of the issue that a lot of sellers are having right now. Is yes, I do want to sell my house. I know the values are very high right now. I want to take advantage of that. But my worry is, I put the stake in my ground, the for sale sign, and within a day, if the house is priced right, it's gone. Right now, what? Because I know it's going to kind of be difficult for me to get an offer accepted or something like that. Especially if I have this house to sell, maybe I do have a little bit of money to put on a new house, but it's not a large down payment. So it's not a very strong offer. That's kind of the beauty of the bridge loan. And if you are selling and buying at the same time, it's the perfect product for someone like that.
Yes. Okay. Great. That's exactly why we did it when we did. I was like, I
Right.
need to find the right home if I'm going to sell this one.
Right.
So the first question I have is, how much does it cost, and do I have to pay anything up front?
So they're just like anything, there are fees associated with the bridge loan. If we did things for free, we wouldn't be in business for very long, right?
Yeah.
So for the bridge loan, a lot of people think a bridge loan when they're selling a house and buying a new house, a bridge loan is just one loan that encapsulates the entire process. No, it's actually the bridge loan is on their current home. You would think of the bridge loan as kind of a home equity loan on your current house that you make no payments on, right? So there is an upfront fee for the bridge loan. It's $500. With that $500, we do an appraisal on your current home. It's the cost of us processing and underwriting the bridge loan, title work, third-party fees, things like that. All are in that $500 fee, right? So if we want to kind of look at, well, I don't want to make two payments, right? You don't need to make two payments. Because on the bridge loan, there's no payment. What happens is when your current house sells, you'll pay us back, right?
Okay.
And we'll get a little more into that, further into this and how it's broken down. But as far as fees up front, $500 up front.
Okay, cool. Now, what happens if I don't sell my house right away?
Great question. Depending on your market, and especially in this market, your house, there shouldn't be a problem selling it. But at the bank, we do give you up to 6 months to sell your house with no payments.
Okay.
After 6 months, if you don't sell your house, then you would have monthly payments on an interest-only basis.
Okay. Okay.
So it's not like we're going to kick you out of the house and keep it and anything like that. No, we're going to make sure we take care of you.
Okay. And what if my house sells for less than I expected? How does that work?
Well, so on the bridge loan, there's a reason we don't give you 100% of its value, right? We want to look out for situations like that. So for a bridge loan, we'll give you up to 75% of your home's value on the bridge loan. So it still leaves a 25% equity in the home. So when you do sell it, let's say it does go a little under, you do have, let's say you have to pay realtors, closing costs when you sell your house. That gives us that little cushion to play with. So we're never putting the client in a bad position.
Okay, perfect. Now, is it a complicated process to do this?
It's no more complicated than applying for a new mortgage.
Oh, okay.
So if you qualify for the new home, then you're qualified for the bridge loan, assuming the appraisal's okay. We still have to make sure the collateral's okay. You have enough equity to do it.
Okay.
If you bought your house, 6 months ago and put 3% down, you're probably not going to have enough equity to do the bridge loan.
Gotcha.
But if you have the equity in the home, then as long as you're qualified for the new home, it's fine.
Okay. Now, with that, do we start the bridge loan process right away? Should I find a new house first?
So generally what we like to do is we know somebody wants to sell their home and they want to buy a new home. What we do first on my end is we'd get somebody pre-approved for the new home.
Okay.
Again, once they're pre-approved for that new home, then we know they're already qualified for the bridge loan. With that, we say you have a couple options. You can find that new home, make sure you have a accepted offer on the new home. The appraisal's good, everything's good. We know it's basically going to close.
Okay.
And we can start the bridge loan process on your current house.
Okay.
We want to wait until the last second to close that bridge loan. Generally about 3 business days prior to closing on the new house, we'll close the bridge loan, just so we're not accumulating, any more interest on that bridge loan.
Okay, perfect. Okay. And then do you hand me a check to pay off my mortgage?
No. So what happens is, what happens is, just like if you were refinancing or you were selling your house, we'd get a payoff from your current mortgage servicer. We'd say, okay, you owe $150,000. We would send a direct wire to your mortgage servicer paying off your mortgage for you.
Okay, perfect. And then I have super specific criteria for my future home, right?
Okay.
What takes me months to find that new house?
Again, that's fine. We'd still have you pre-approved for the new loan.
Okay.
Let's say you don't list your house and you just wait until the last second until you find that home. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to list your house right now. You can find the new one first, then wait. Because again, your house, if it's priced right, especially if you're in like the Tri-County area and it's priced under $500,000 and it's in decent shape, it's going to go, like you've seen, it's going to go pretty quick.
Yep. Okay, perfect. And then you've kind of touched on this, but the question I get is, well, I have 2 mortgages to pay right now while I'm looking.
While you're looking, no.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
And then what about when we do the bridge loan?
So when you do the bridge loan, let's say you have an accepted offer on the house, everything's good, you close on the new house. So now you have two mortgages, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a bridge loan on your current home and you have the new mortgage on your new house.
Okay.
The bridge loan has no payments, right? It accrues daily interest until you sell it.
Okay.
So let's say you were to borrow $100,000 on a bridge loan on your current house. Let's just use easy numbers for now. So the bridge loan has a daily interest charge of 5.75%. So very similar to a home equity loan. So that equates to about $480 some odd a month. It would accrue in interest, which is a lot cheaper than your mortgage payment, I would assume, in most cases.
Yes.
Right? So if it takes your house 2 months to sell, you'd pay us back the $100,000 that you borrowed from us, plus 2 months of interest. So let's call it just under $1,000 that you'd pay us back. And then for the new house, let's say we started everything now and we closed in March on your new house. Just like when you refinance or purchase a home, you always skip a month after a new mortgage. So if you closed in March, you wouldn't have a first mortgage payment until May. So not only do you not have 2 payments, you're probably going to skip a payment as well.
Okay, cool.
Which is kind of a nice, eases the pressure a little bit, especially if you're getting into a new house.
Yeah. With the current things that we're offering to get into that new house.
Right.
Okay. And then how exactly do I pay the bridge loan back?
So when you close on your current home at closing, let's say you had your standard mortgage on your current house. It's just like that. At closing, the title company would cut us a check. So if you sell your house for $200,000 and you owe us $100,000, the title company would send us a check and then you'd get the remaining proceeds.
Okay.
So we don't keep that 25% equity or anything like that. It would go to the seller.
Okay. I think that's one of the confusing things that both my husband and I, when we were doing, and then when buyers and sellers are talking about it, it's the moving money. So that.
Right. And it's, the process itself, even when we first started doing this program, it took me a little while to understand it myself, because it sounds a lot more complicated than it is. And obviously everybody's situation is different from somebody else's. So to kind of put everyone in a box together and say, this is how you're going to do it, is a little different. So the first step would probably be talking to me and saying, how can we work it out to the best benefit you?
Okay.
As the client.
Okay. And then I'm just going to recap it the way I visualize it and probably the way I would explain it. And then you can tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Sure.
So we live in house A. That's the house that we're going to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that bridge loan to pay off house A's mortgage. And we make an offer on this house. Now we have no loan. We have open credit to make that offer and a little down payment money because
Yeah.
I only owed $75,000 on my house, right? So now
Correct.
I have this loan paid off and some down payment money. We on house B, and then I sell my old house A. Now the bridge loan's paid off, everything's covered, and it's a wash, right?
Pretty much. Yeah. So to kind of use real numbers, right?
Yes.
Let's say your current home, your house A, the house you live in right now. Let's say you owe $100,000 on that house, right? Your house value is up $200,000, right? So we'd give you up to 75% of that $200,000 that it's worth. So now on a bridge loan, I have $150,000 to work with, right? With that $150,000, I'm going to take and I'm going to pay off your current mortgage. The $100,000, it goes away. And now I have $50,000 before my house even sells to use as a down payment or use for closing costs or whatever I want on the new house. Again, that's before it even sells.
Okay.
So it does a couple things for you. A, it makes your offer on the new house non-contingent, which is huge in this market. If you go in to buy a house and it's contingent on the sale of your house and there's 10 other offers on that new house, it's probably going to get put to the bottom of the pile.
Yes.
So it clears up the contingency, and then it can also clear up some debt to income ratios. So now I don't have to count your house payment against you because there is no mortgage. There's no payment. So I have nothing to count against you except your taxes and your insurance.
Okay.
So I will take your taxes for the year, your insurance for the year divided by 12, and that's your monthly payment now. That's
Beautiful.
the only thing I have to include in the debt to income ratio.
Okay, cool. And then lastly, do I use you for the bridge loan and my new mortgage?
So everything is done internally in the bank.
Okay.
We have a separate bridge loan department that handles the bridge loans.
Okay.
I would qualify everyone for the bridge loan and for the new loan.
Okay.
The bridge loan itself would be handled by our bridge loan department. That's their specialty, is getting the appraisals done and everything like that. It's not a full-blown appraisal for the bridge loan.
Okay.
It's similar to getting a home equity loan where it's a drive-by appraisal. The appraiser may reach out to the client, ask a few questions, but not a full-blown appraisal.
Okay, perfect. But I'm calling First State Bank for both of those, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
That was my last question. Do you have anything else about that or anything else?
No, yeah, like I said, listening to this, like I said, it does sound like a confusing process, but once there's real numbers involved, it makes the process a lot easier to understand, especially in someone's certain situation.
Yeah.
So, and we do offer other products here at the bank aside from the bridge loan. Maybe the bridge loan may not be the best fit for them, but we have other things that, since we do all mortgage products, we do home equity loans in-house, everything in-house that we can specify something for someone's specific needs.
Perfect. I know personally, the bridge loan was the thing that made it less stressful. We were moving with a toddler and there was no way I was staying with family in finding a home and selling. So it definitely answered our problem solving. And I think for anyone now that's kind of holding tight, waiting for more houses to come on, it's like, you have to be the one to put your house on the market. Let's help you. So thank you for answering all of my questions. And I plan on sharing this with any of my sellers that are considering it. So
yeah, no problem. Like I said, you have my information there right on the screen, and your information's right there as well. So you have any clients that are reaching out to you or you have questions like that, I'm always available. That's my cell phone number. So can be reached anytime after. I don't work banker's hours, so reach me anytime.
All right, Manny. Well, I hope you have a great day and a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon.
All right, Sam. Thank you.
Right. Thanks.